about the booking chat that you're going to do in your cooking demonstration. So this is designed for a live party. So if you are hosting in-home parties, this should be a dedicated section in your kind of demonstration that you chat about booking a party. So this is how to get people interested before your full service checkout. So we're going to ask everyone at their one-on-one checkout whether or not they'd like to do a party. And so this is kind of giving them information so that they can feel confident about giving you an answer that's true for them. So before we kind of formulate a strategy on what needs to be discussed in our booking chat, because we don't have much time, right? So they will lose interest after a while. So we need to make sure that the information we're giving them is relevant to what's going to help them decide that this is something that they're going to be interested in it. And there are three reasons that people book, and this is an order of importance. So you might be someone who thinks that free products is the number one reason people book. And if you think that, you are in the majority. And in fact, I thought that too. And the reason this is important to understand is so apparent when we kind of formulate how this is going to happen. So the number one reason people will book a party is because of how much fun it is. People want to have fun. They're working all day long. They have so much going on in their lives. If they're going to dedicate a couple hours of their evening to something, it better be fun. So we want to make sure that that's a priority in our party and in our conversation when we're letting people know what a party for them might look like. The second reason people book is for the education. So people want to learn, people want to become inspired, people want to understand recipes and tips that are going to help them feel a little bit more confident in the kitchen. So you need to make sure that your demonstration is chock full of these things. Now, if you watched the recipe demonstration training, these two things were chatted about in the demonstration. So you want to make sure that these two things are happening at your party so that when you let them know, hey, didn't we have fun? Hey, didn't you learn a lot? That they can go, yeah, you know what? I did. And so this conversation is going to go so much more smoothly if you demonstrated that to them up until this point. The third reason, of course, is free products. I mean, who doesn't love free Pampered Chef products, especially when they're getting free double burner grill pans, free quick cookers, free cooking blenders. So these are all things that they're going to want to score, because if you've done your job well, they are in love with everything you just chatted about, right? So how do we drive this home? So you do want to spend some time explaining that it's going to be fun, simply by saying, wasn't this fun? That's a great segue into your booking chat. Did you guys have so much fun? And if they said, yeah, just be like, oh my gosh, what did you love about this? Get them all talking with one another about what they enjoyed about the party, so that they can see that if they invite their friends, they're going to have a similar experience. One really great way I love incorporating fun into my parties is using themes. We chatted about this before, but this is going to help them envision what the party is going to look like, right? So if we're doing a build your own pasta bar party, oh my gosh, that sounds fun, because people love to customize, people love fun things, people love to be treated. So this really sets the stage for what they can expect to provide for their friends and family, and for what they can experience themselves. And also, when you show that there's different themes, it's kind of like, oh, well, this was a wine, chocolate, and cheese party, but I think a pasta bar party would be so fun. And so if Sally sitting next to them is going to book a fajita margarita party, maybe I'm booking a easy Italian party. So it really helps them be able to see that there's different ways to party, and that it's not going to get boring, and then there's new things to experience at our shows. Also, if it's fun, they can more easily see themselves inviting friends when it's themed. It's less salesy. So instead of come buy stuff at my party, it's come experience some wine, some chocolate, and some cheese, and we'll do some shopping, right? So it's a lot easier for them to get their friends involved when they're giving them this really great kind of idea for the entire evening that is going to feel like a treat. So this is a great way to get together with friends, and we want to make sure that we're driving that home. Wasn't this fun? Isn't it so great to get together? Well, I want to let you know that this isn't the only theme that I offer, right? So this is something that you can use in your booking checkout to get, or in your booking commercial to get people interested in booking. So of course, we want this to be educational. So when introducing the themes, explain what they're going to learn at all of them. So for instance, if you say, let's do a wine chocolate teas, wouldn't it be so fun to try different wines, to be treated with a nice chocolatey dessert, or have some cheese to go along with it? Well, actually at those shows, I also am going to show you how to entertain your friends, look super fancy with minimal effort, right? Don't we all need that information for this upcoming holiday season? So I'm going to show you exactly how to do just that. So you talked about how fun it's going to be, and then you talked about what they learned at it. So it really becomes appealing to them. And then share that their guests are going to learn some new ways to feel more confident in the kitchen, just like you did. So didn't you guys learn so much here? So I want to give that same experience to your friends and family, because we're all struggling to get out of the dinner rut with our families. So I want to help your friends be able to do that too. So again, this is really helping them understand that by inviting their friends to a party, they're going to have a really fantastic time. The free products. I mean, I would be lying if I said that no one is going to be really motivated by what we have to offer. But here's the deal. People don't understand our host rewards. They might not look at that chart and immediately understand how it works. They might not know that we give so much free products at our parties for our hosts, because their rewards are bananas. So you need to make sure, first of all, that you understand the host rewards program so that you can really effectively explain it, right? So make sure that you're doing that. Also, so you want to have them flip to the back of the book. This is my favorite way of doing this. So in the back of your catalog, that should be where it is. If they've changed the book, it might be somewhere else, but make sure that you have them flip to that chart and explain how the rewards work. And I do this based on $1,000 party. Professional tip, this is a really good host coaching strategy to plant the seed for an expectation for $1,000 party, right? So when you have 1,000, and I'm using words like when, not words like if. So when you have a party and when your show, not if you have a party and if your show, you see how I'm doing that? But so when you host your party and when it hits $1,000, you're going to get $215 to spend on anything you want, right? So that's the picture that you want them to envision. And then remind them of the power tools that you were using, and let them know that these are great ways to get those tools. So if your party, when your party hits $215, you can get the Rock slow cooker stand and the Rock completely free, and still have room for a manual food processor to get totally free. And then go on to the specials, the half price items. If you want a set of cookware, I mean, I will gladly sell it to you full price, but I literally ring your doorbell and it's half price. So this would be a really great way for you to get those. Also, share the host specials coming up, but only share host specials for months you want to fill, right? So if you have an empty September, maybe not sharing the October special unless they ask, right? Of course, if they ask, we're not going to like hide it from them, right? But really drive in that September host special so that you get bookings for September. So, oh my gosh, didn't you love how this marinara sauce was delicious and had so many veggies in it? Well, you can actually get this entire piece 60% off. Have the math in your head, which I do not have right now, but tell them what it would cost to bring that into their home at 60% off. And you can do all of that just by having some friends together, giving them a great time, and helping them learn some really new cooking tips for their kitchen. Okay, so is this making sense? I really hope so. So some of the objections that people are going to have is, of course, the time and the effort, because we're all busy. We are all tired. We cannot add things onto our plate. So we need to help them understand that this is a really easy process. So people want to know that this isn't going to be a huge commitment, because let me tell you, there are companies out there, and I won't name any names, that run their hosts through the ringer. And if they have hosted one of those parties and then they just came to a cooking party, they might have an assumption that there's a lot of work for them to host a party. So we need to make sure that they're understanding that that's not the case. So I like to say something like just invite some of your friends, pick up some ingredients, and you have a party where you don't even have to cook anything. Literally, you buy the ingredients and I do that part for you. So if you've ever wanted to open up your fridge and have a hot dinner pop out, I'm like the next best thing. So, and I always say to them, and if you're sharing your story with them, they understand that your life is busy. So, like for me, I have three little kids at home and I'm really active with sports and all these things. So I'll say, my life is busy, your life is busy. I do not make this complicated. So I make this as easy as I possibly can to get you the best rewards that I can give you. So just kind of mentioning this is going to be helpful for when they come to you at your full service checkout. So you want to ask them if they have any questions. Does anyone have any questions about what it would be like to book a party? A lot of times they're going to say no, and that's awesome. Some of them might be like, can you explain the breakfast for dinner party? Because that sounds amazing. And you can kind of use that to kind of get the excitement going. So I hope this was helpful. And let me know if you have any questions about this. Let me know if you have any great ideas. Some of you are coming to me with the most amazing ideas for your booking chat, so I would love to hear some of those. So I hope you loved this. Make sure that you watch the recruiting chat because that is equally as important. So don't skip over that one. It's really tempting to, but drive on right over to the recruiting chat, and I promise you're going to have awesome rewards. Thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye.